Welcome to the Sam and Joe VA Show, where we teach women just like you how to start and scale a thriving virtual assistant business.
We're your hosts, Sam and Joe, and get ready to have the control, flexibility, and freedom you've always dreamed of.
Welcome to episode 79. You got the client, now what?
This is normally the point that we see virtual assistants, especially those new to the industry, absolutely freaking out and panicking. Because up until this point, they have all of their focus, and rightly so, has been on finding the clients. Like doing what they can to build meaningful relationships and showing up consistently and adding value to impress leads and people that are following them. That's where all of their attention and focus has been. So then they meet with somebody and that somebody wants to hire them, which is super exciting. So for a split second, you were just overfilled with like, oh my gosh, this is the best day ever. And then like 5 seconds later, you're like, holy shit, what do I do now?
Yes. Yeah. And we teach this stuff. Like we teach, find that first client as quickly as possible. Like don't get distracted by anything else because you will work it out. And we're here now today to help you figure out what to do next.
Yeah, and it's all about having a process, right? And we have got a streamlined, proven, used, abused, people love it. Clients really respond really well to it. We've got the process. We've got it inside the Members Club. This is what we teach. It's step by steps. We've got all the templates. We've got all the everything that you need in order to do it. But obviously, we want to share it with you here as well. Maybe just like a Reader's Digest condensed version of our process that we have in the Members Club.
Yeah. So if anyone feels like as we go through these kind of things that you need to do, if you're like, actually, I just want to jump in and grab the template and have it done for me, then go check out the Members Club over on the VA Foundry website. All right. So the client has said yes.
Woohoo!
What now?
Yeah. You want to show your excitement, don't you? Just this excitement that I'm feeling right now for you because I'm there. I'm on your shoulder going, yay, this is the best thing ever. What you're feeling, you want to convey that to your client. They want to know that they've made the right decision and that you are super, super keen to work with them.
Yeah, because remember that as soon as someone purchases something, they have an instant buyer's remorse. And sometimes this can be quite a substantial investment that a client is making in bringing on a virtual assistant. And it might be the first time they've done it. There is going to be fears bubbling up around this kind of decision that they've just made. So you want to, as soon as you like get the email or they say yes, get really excited for them as well as yourself. They want to feel like you are invested in their success and them doing well, and that this is a really great decision. So be excited for them. Now, in that excitement, make sure that you don't skip a very vital step in that excitement, and that is that they need to sign your terms of engagement. Often clients will say, cool, I've had a look at your proposal. Yeah, I want to go ahead. Now, that is your prompt to stay awesome. That's super exciting. Can't wait to get started. The first thing I need you to do is go and sign your terms of engagement. Don't miss that step and don't feel like it's a weird, awkward kind of conversation. This is just part of being in business. Get the client to sign.
Every single time. Don't think that asking them to sign a contract is going to put them off. They are in business too. So this is just a very normal part of business. Yep. You are entering into an agreement with somebody. You need to have really clear conditions that cover a range of things, which we go into in another podcast episode. So check that out. But it's really important because then everybody knows where they stand. And hopefully it stops any awkwardness or confusion down the track with, late payers or when mistakes are made or if you need to end your relationship. It's all really clear from day one because it's in this document.
Yeah. The other kind of thing that we find virtual assistants feeling icky about is the invoicing part.
Mm,
We encourage every virtual assistant to invoice in advance. If you can set up some service plans or have some packages, it is so important to invoice as soon as the client has said, "Yep, I wanna go ahead," send them that we'll talk to them first, don't just surprise them with an invoice, but say, "Cool, awesome. If you can sign, and then as soon as you're signed, I'll send you the, first invoice that's gonna cover us for the month or cover the service plan," or you might have a fixed fee, project that you're doing, and so this might be the 50% deposit that you're gonna take. Actually specifically talk to them about that when you have that call and get them to sign. The next kind of thing is send that invoice. Great, I'll get your details. Where would you like me to send the invoice to? I'll confirm that what your like legal business name is so that you can create that invoice. And it's just
mm,
part of that process.
mhm.
It's a step. It's part of being in business, and you do it every single time.
Yes, start as you mean to go on. So from day one, you want to be training every client that you onboard to value you and uh, respect your boundaries. And
Mhm.
being paid on time is definitely a boundary.
Yeah. And you know what it does when you say, right, you need a sign, and then I'm going to send you the invoice, and you get that invoice sent to them. You are showcasing how organized, how confident you are, how much you have a process and a system, and that is going to really instill confidence in them. They are going to be like, okay, I've made a great decision. My VA is really onto it. She's following
Mm,
the process that she has. This is awesome.
mhm,
So don't underestimate that. All right. Next step is in that same phone call, the next thing you need to do is book the handover. So don't try and have the handover like there and then on that kind of first call, letting them know, like, awesome and we're excited. Make sure that you book a separate session because you want to kind of give them a few things to organize and get ready for you in that handover or prior to that handover session. This is the time that you are going to this handover session is where you're going to get as much detail as possible, ask all of your questions, figure out a whole bunch of things with that client. The process that I have, the kind of the meeting process, all the things that I take them through and ask is a two-sided A4. Like there is a lot of things that
mm.
need to be covered in that handover session. Um, yeah, if
And
anyone
and
wants
sorry,
that,
Jo, and this
yeah,
sorry, this is a paid session. This is the first
yes.
time that you are charging for your time. This is not a free session. Your discovery call with them, absolutely, that's free. The phone call where you're kind of confirming everything and you're showing your excitement and excited for them, that's free.
Mhm.
But from that handover session, you, need to be using that time tracker from that point on.
Mhm. Absolutely, and mention that too when you're booking the handover. You're saying things like, "Right, so I'll book the handover with you. This is gonna be the first paid session, and we're gonna go through these things." To
Mhm.
see how you just kind of roll off your tongue, and it's part of the process. You're managing the client, you're managing the onboarding. You are now a business owner when you take them through this process. All right. If anyone wants the template for exactly that process for that
Mm.
meeting, that is over in the members club. All right. So once you've had that session, you've got all the logins, you've asked them or figured out all the questions that you need answers to, you've worked out how you're going to communicate, what systems they have, what access you need. You're going to figure out what you need, kind of information that helps you set them up in your systems. That's the kind of stuff that you want to be covering in there, how it's going to work, what they can expect from you, what your boundaries are, what expectations you have on them, and the specifics of the tasks that you're going to actually do for them. What are some quick wins? All of that needs to be covered in that handover session. It's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah, which is why you wanna be blocking out a decent amount of time for it, right? And why you wanna be charging for it. But,
Mhm.
quick wins. Let's talk a little bit about why quick wins can, be so powerful. Because you think, "Oh, quick and easy win, like, what's the knock-on effect? Why should I
Mhm.
even be bothered with doing those?"
You want to build trust and confidence, have your client build trust and confidence in you as soon as possible. And
Mm,
the best way to do that is to do some tasks that are quick and easy that you can start to get some runs on the board. You're achieving things for them. They get excited. They're like, "Oh wow, things are happening. Things are being completed." And so it builds that trust and confidence.
yeah, and that buyer's remorse that they were feeling maybe 24, 48 hours ago, that's then gone because
Mhm.
you've already knocked their socks off really easy. You know you've done well if after that kind of first quick win that you've done for them, you get feedback immediately along the lines of, "Oh my god, why didn't I hire you sooner? This is amazing." 'Cause
Yep.
they're the best emails to get once you've done it,
Mhm.
and it normally happens after that first bit of work.
Mhm.
And in order to get that type of feedback from that first bit of work, it needs to be a quick win,
Mhm.
something that you've quickly done that's easy for you, but it's been on their to-do list for far, far too long.
Yeah, ask some really specific questions around the kind of things that have been on their to-do list for a while that are like quick, easy things that you can sort for them in that
Mm.
handover. All right. So once you've kind of got through that stage, this is where you need to then be super consistent, doing a really great job, and communicating well. Communication is always going to be the key.
Yeah,
Um,
I mean, how many
mm,
times do we talk about or answer questions from virtual assistants that sent them in? They're having an issue. Well, all questions are related to some type of issue, otherwise they wouldn't be asking our advice, right? But you can guarantee I 98% of those issues that we see and that we try and help with, it's come down to communication, whether it's a lack of communication, poor communication.
mhm. Yeah, absolutely. And this onboarding phase is the most important phase during your entire relationship with the client.
Mm,
Like, this is where they are going to be making judgments as to whether this is a good decision for them or not, and whether they're going to continue. So, it's so important that you have this whole process written down, sorted, organized. You have your templates. You want to make this as streamlined as possible so that you're not, every time you get a new client, reinventing the wheel and having to come up with
mm,
this stuff from scratch. It's
yeah.
really important that you nail down this process, you have all your templates available and ready.
Yeah, the other benefit of having this process super, super streamlined, is that you're n not going to hopefully, you're not gonna overwhelm them. Like,
Mhm,
if you're feeling overwhelmed by all the stuff that you need to try and cover because it's all in your head and it's not boom, boom, boom on paper, then they are gonna feel overwhelmed. And so that is then just going to feed into their already feelings of buyer's remorse and what am I doing? Oh my gosh,
mhm,
this is too hard.
mhm,
I might as well just be doing it myself.
mhm. Yeah.
No
Um,
pressure.
so if you have a client confirmed and you now need to know what to do, jump on into the members club, grab all the templates, the system. We have it written out for you over there. That is on our website /members club. Thanks for listening to this episode of the Sam and Joe VA Show. If you'd like to find out more, head to the VA Foundry website to check out the Members Club and the amazing resources, training, and coaching.
You can find us at thevafoundry.com.